Oh, hey there, friends. Welcome to Jakarta. So I got here about 4 days ago, and let me tell you guys, I was so much more jet-lagged than I was expecting. But I'm very happy I'm starting my time here in Indonesia, in the capital city of Jakarta, because I feel like if people come to Indonesia, it's almost always only to Bali. I haven't been yet. I'm sure it's amazing. I'm sure I'll love it. But I feel like the capital city of a country is a very important place to visit. So I find it very strange that Jakarta really doesn't get a lot of international tourism. Just in the 4 days that I've been here, I definitely feel a bit out of place, you could say. I do get a lot of stares. I don't see a lot of other tourists walking around. Jakarta is, of course, an enormous metropolis. It has a population of 11 million people. It is the economic hub of the country. It is a little bit chaotic on first impressions, if I'm being honest. The traffic is absolutely nuts here. But I think once you kind of get to know the main districts of the city and know some of the main landmarks, like where we are, the National Monument, I think that's when it gets easier to kind of know your way around. So that's what I hope to do in this video, to give you guys a sort of introduction, that if you're thinking of coming to Jakarta, you'll kind of have a sense of the main districts of the city, some of the things to do, and hopefully learn from some of my own first impressions. Located on the northwest coast of Java Island, Jakarta is the capital and largest city of Indonesia. Being a very diverse city, Jakarta is also regarded as a melting pot of various cultures and lifestyles. The first settlements of what is modern-day Jakarta is believed to have begun in 5th century AD. The city's official history, however, starts in 1527 when the Sultan of Bantam defeated the Portuguese there and called the place Jakarta. It was then colonized by the Dutch in 1619, where it became the capital of the Dutch East Indies, a walled township called Batavia. It wasn't until 1945 that Indonesia was able to gain its full independence, and it was then that Jakarta became the capital city. So friends, the area that I am in right now, one of my favorite areas so far, is called Menteng. This is definitely the most popular area for tourists to stay, and I can see why. After first arriving in Tanah Abang, which isn't actually that far from Menteng, I found it extremely hard to walk anywhere from my hotel, not only with the sidewalk situation, but also the fact that everybody stared at me. I mean, like I said before, they don't really get a lot of foreign tourists here in Jakarta, so if you look anything like me, you probably will get stared at anywhere. But overall, I would recommend staying in Menteng, just because then you are central, you know, in the city. There's a lot of attractions right in this area. Another area that you absolutely must visit if you come to Jakarta is Kota Tua, which is the old town, Old Batavia. Indonesia was actually under Dutch colonized rule for over 300 years. So it's this part of the city that really has the last remnants of that time. There's a lot of different museums in the area, and there's also Cafe Batavia that is probably very touristy, but I was told I should go because it does have, you know, the feel of what life was like in those times. Now I'm slightly concerned, but intrigued. I ordered a fresh juice with carrot, beet, and mango, I believe. So I've just never had the pulp kind of come up like that, and a nice little piece of carrot. Let's try this. Very nice. Not as pulpy as I was expecting. Very fresh. My lunch has arrived, friends, and it looks really good actually. This is an Indonesian dish called udang kelapa, I believe is the pronunciation, and it's basically these like jumbo fried shrimps that are coated with coconut, and it has some different veggies and I think some kind of mango sauce inside, and then you also get some kind of sweet and sour sauce on the side as well. So looks really good. So I'm about to get on public transit to go back to downtown, but I wanted to touch on one thing that has become very apparent to me. Because this area has the most tourists that I have seen so far here in Jakarta, I can definitely tell just how out of place both men and women look if they are more or less wearing normal clothes for us in the West, but very skimpy clothes for here in Jakarta. Even though there's a lot of different religions within Indonesia, here in Jakarta it is primarily Muslim, so 95% of people are very covered up. So even though I'm all for people wearing, you know, whatever they want, at the same time I think we kind of have to be culturally sensitive to the areas that we're visiting. What I'm actually wearing today is probably like the skimpiest outfit that I've worn so far on my trip, because I'm wearing a t-shirt which has my arms uncovered, but I'm wearing like super long, you know, white trousers, and then the other outfit I've been wearing is like a really long skirt and a really baggy blouse. So it's up to you. Like, it's up to you if you want to take my advice for both men and women, to just kind of, you know, have most of your body covered, like wear really light linen sort of stuff because it is hot out. Good morning, everybody, from the financial district of Jakarta. This is the Sudirman Central Business District. To be honest, when I was watching other people's vlogs of this area before I came to Jakarta, this area, I don't know, it didn't really translate from the footage I saw, so I kind of, didn't consider staying here since a lot of the places that I was interested in were closer to Menteng. If I was to come back to Jakarta, I would 100% stay in this area. So for those of you that may not know, Indonesia is actually the largest economy in all of Southeast Asia. And Jakarta being the capital, this is the area where you really get a sense of the magnitude of, the different industries that they have here, because this district really is the heart of it all. So I am in GBK Park, which is this really nice park in the financial district, but I'm really shocked like how few people there are in here. Like literally it's a ghost town. There's a nice old man jogging over there, but outside of that there's like next to no one here. But what I'm actually looking for in this park is a art gallery. I think it's a contemporary art gallery called Moja. Never been so confused, guys. I think I am in the right place, but this is not what I thought it would be, where I thought this was just an art gallery and like some fun art installations. But I come in here, I asked to buy a ticket, and they're like, do you have socks? And I was like, no, I'm wearing sandals. And they're like, oh, well, you can go buy some socks over there, and okay. And I was like, maybe, you have to take off your shoes and they don't want you barefoot, I don't know. But then I come down here and there's like whole racks of roller skates, and I was like, no, I think there was a misunderstanding, like I didn't come, for a roller skating rink. So then I almost left because I thought I did have the wrong place. But then I come in here and I realized like this is the art installation. There's like 2 floors. There's all these different like exhibits, but you see it on roller skates. So I definitely didn't expect that, but you know what? I like it.
Might be
All right, I have to admit that was actually pretty fun. And what's ironic is that if I would have known it was like a roller rink kind of place, I wouldn't have gone, because I've had terrible experiences with those kinds of roller skates when I was younger, where I find them so much harder than inline skates. Like inline skates I can do fine. Those guys, I fell so hard on my tailbone when I was first trying to do it. Did not have fun. With the little beginner things, it was actually not that bad, and I kind of got the hang of it, and you know what? I would recommend it. And now, since it is a little bit later in the afternoon, I want to go grab some lunch because I am pretty hungry, and there's supposed to be a really well rated Indonesian restaurant in this area. Alright guys, we have arrived. Definitely a legit place. Took me a while to find it, and I am definitely the only tourist here. So my food has arrived, and it definitely looks delicious. A lot of things I have never tried before, to be honest. Starting with an avocado juice. I mean, it looks pretty thick that I would call it a shake, and I don't know what the brown stuff is. Maybe it's chocolate. I'm not sure. We'll find out in a minute. Now for my main dish here, I actually took a screenshot of the name of it. It's called Nasi Goreng Lapangan Tembak. I apologize if I did not pronounce that correctly, but it has some rice with meat in the rice, some chicken, some vegetables, and then a fried egg on top. Alright, so let's begin with the avocado shake. I don't know if this is going to be sweet or savory. Yeah, we definitely don't have this in Canada. I actually really like it. It is on the sweeter side, and I think it is chocolate that is in here. That is actually really good. I would 100% get this again. Who would have thought? Alright, so now let's try the main dish. I meant to actually say this before, can somebody explain to me in the comments why in Indonesia I don't see any knives? They always just give you a fork and a spoon. And I find that really hard to work with, and it's been in almost every single restaurant, unless it's like a Western restaurant. Why don't they have knives? Anyways, I will cut my egg with the spoon. So we got some rice, some meat, and some egg. It's very good, very hearty, very fresh. In a way, it is similar to fried rice, I guess, but then just a chunk of chicken on top, and then I guess this is some kind of beef kind of meatball or something. Actually, maybe that is the meatball that they also have in the soup, which is supposed to be really famous here. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this place so far, and I think for my main, which is enormous, the avocado juice, and then also a water, it's about $6 US, so definitely budget friendly. So that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, this little introduction to Jakarta, because I feel like it's time that people step outside of just Bali, even though I personally haven't been there yet. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Let me know if you've been to Indonesia. What were your favorites? As always, I'm sending you guys so much love. Hope you're having a fantastic day, and keep being your own kind of beautiful. Bye, guys.